Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy and this is Happiness Created. Today's video is another patriotic video. It is part of a playlist. I will have more on that in just a bit. DIY number 1. I have this block decor piece from the Dollar Tree and 3 of the anchors that are out at this time of year. Now I'm going to take that terracotta paint. I have the red clay or clay red, snowbank, and ocean cavern. It's the same colors I've been using all year this year for my patriotic decor. I am so in love with this paint. So anyways, I took the blue and I did the base of my, what will be a shelf sitter, I guess. And now I'm just going to cover the anchors with their corresponding colors. And I did do the back because I originally wanted the back to look nice too, in case it ended up on a table somewhere. It can't now, and you'll see why in just a bit. But now I'm taking some cork, one of those cork sheets from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut a piece long enough to stick on the bottom of the base of this piece. So once I have the anchors set the way I want them, I'm just going to take some hot glue and I am going to glue them together. Now this is where it kind of all falls apart for me as far as being able to put it on a table somewhere. So it just was, I thought that the white anchor was going to hold it together, but the hot glue just wasn't working. So I had to move on to plan B. So I thought that the white anchor would cover enough. So I took some small popsicle sticks from, I believe it was the Dollar Tree, and I am just going to cut a couple of pieces out and add them to the back of the anchors just to kind of reinforce them. And then I was noticing that the white anchor wasn't really touching in certain spots, so I thought I would add a couple of pieces of the popsicle stick to the back of that anchor and then use the popsicle stick itself to glue to the red and the blue one. Then I'm just going to take 3 of my beads and I'm going to glue them to the base and the anchor, and I did put a couple blobs of glue on the bottom of the anchors themselves. Not blobs, just, you know, a little spot just to kind of tack them down. It doesn't show, and I think this came out so cute. And then once I got the beads all glued down, I printed out, or I cut out with my Cricut anchors away, and I'm just going to put that right on the base. And that's it for this one. I ended up putting the ties back, the rope back on them. But I think it came out so stinking cute. Let me know what you guys think. This video is part of the 5 Under 5 monthly challenge hosted by Missy at the Crafty Cove DIY. and Emily at Farm Charm Chic. And this month's guest co-host is Tammy from the Rusted Willow. I love all these girls so much. They're incredible. I will have all of their links as well as the playlist in my description box down below. Make sure you go check them out as well as the playlist. Now on to DIY number 2. So I got this little caddy at the Goodwill. It was $4, but I did get it for half price. So I paid a whole $2 for it. So I'm gonna take those same 3 colors and I'm just going to freshen this piece up. I do 1 coat of the blue on the inside and the rim and handle. And I end up doing 2 coats of the blue on each side of the caddy. And then I'm going to take that same red and the same white and yeah, just freshen everything up. I have to tell you guys, this was definitely, what do they call that? I can't think of the saying, but anyways, labor of love. That's it. It was a labor of love. This thing had to have taken me over 3 hours. It's crazy, but it came out super pretty. I love it so much. Let me know what you guys think of this one. DIY number 3. Now, I lost the footage, but really all I did was take the wrapper off these 3 bamboo cutting boards that I got at the Dollar Tree, and then I just put 2 of them side by side and added some painter's tape. Then I'm going to take that same red and I am going to go over both of these boards. I just figured it'd be easier to tape them together so that the stripes were in the same spot, if that makes sense. They were even. That's better. Now, I thought really hard about leaving these the natural, but I decided to go with the white just to kind of keep everything uniform for this video. So I did end up covering the wood with that same snowbank white. And of course, I was too nervous to put tape on the red, so I did end up having to go back and touch up some of the red because I don't have the steadiest of hands. So anyway, now I'm taking some more of that blue and I'm just going to cover this entire board with that blue color. Once they're all painted and dried, I'm just going to take some wood glue and some hot glue, and I am going to glue the 2 striped boards together. And then I'm going to take the blue board and I'm going to use the same wood glue and hot glue. And I'm just going to lay that in the center of both of those boards. Then I'm going to take 3 of these stars I got in a pack from Amazon. They will be in my storefront, which is linked down below. And they're not wood, but they're not like ceramic. I don't know. They almost feel like a shell kind of material. I don't know. It's hard to explain. But anyway, the hot glue just was not going to work for these, so I decided on some wood glue. Don't mind my head there. And I just took a piece of tape for this one because the biggest clamp I had wasn't big enough to reach it. So I just glued that one down, and then I took two more, or I taped it down, I'm sorry. And then I took two more on the other side of that blue piece, and I was able to clamp those on just until they dried. Now, I apologize for the being out of frame. We had a little mishap. I have my cat's food up on a table so that the dogs don't get to it, and something spooked one of our skittish cats, and he went flying and everything else went flying. And I guess it bumped my camera and I didn't notice it. So I apologize for that. But I'm taking the red and blue twine that they have out right now at the Dollar Tree, and I just put them together, twisted them around, and I just made one loop around each side of the boards. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I took one piece of each. I put a knot in both ends and twisted it, and I'm just going to hot glue it to the back of the boards for the hanger. And that's it for this one. I love this so much. Oh my goodness. I think this is probably one of my favorites in this project. I won't say my absolute favorite because I love those anchors too, but let me know what you guys think. So I wanted to let you guys know that I am on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. I will have all of those links in my description box down below. Come on over and say hi. I'd love to hear from you. DIY number 4. So I got this heart-shaped decor piece from the Dollar Tree around Mother's Day, and the smaller piece, as you can see, comes off. So I took the little laser cut heart that was on the small piece off, and I'm sanding down the glue that was on there, and then the black lettering on the bigger part. Then I'm going to take my painter's tape, and I am going to go diagonally, and I'm going to make some stripes on the bigger heart. And so you guessed it, I'm going to take that same red paint, and I am going to go over this heart and then pull off the tape and do the white stripes where the wood is. Now, I definitely had to do the white stripes on this one because you could still see some of the lettering. And then once those stripes are done, I'm going to take the small heart, and you guessed it, I'm gonna use that blue. Then I took my Cricut and I cut out the words "land that I love." And I am going to put the "land that I" on the bigger heart, and then "love" in bigger letters, a bigger font, on the blue heart. And that's it for this one. Look at how stinking cute. I know, I said they were all cute, but they really are all cute. I love this one so much. Let me know what you guys think. Now on to DIY number 5. So I got this big mason jar from the Dollar Tree, and then the smaller one I got from Dollar General. They were both, well, I take that back. The one from Dollar General was $1, the bigger one $1.25. So it has the little tin top on the small one, so I am unscrewing that, and I'm just going to peel that right off and put it aside for later. Then with the big one, I'm going to use that same red color, and I am going to paint that one red, and then take the white and cover the smaller one in the white. Then I go back to the bigger one and do the top part in that same white color. And then I screwed the the metal piece back onto the small mason jar. Then I took some Jenga blocks and two of those square blocks from the Crafter Square, and I glued those to the back of the small jar so that it stuck up a little bit from the bigger jar. I hope I'm making sense. I know I'm saying jar a lot, but so I'm just gonna hot glue that right to it, and then dun, 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 what do I do now? Oh, I am taking some more of that red and blue twine. You can see it right there on the left, and I'm just going to wrap it around the top part of the big jar, and I do it, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 times, because there are all those different like indentations on the top, and I wanted to cover the majority of them. And then I'm just going to hot glue it to the back. Now I don't show it on camera, but I do cover the back of this with some of that packing tape from the Dollar Tree. Now I have a blue wooden sign that came in one of those packs from the Dollar Tree, and I tried using some of the stickers that kind of, you can put it on the back and it makes it kind of 3D, but they didn't stick, so I ended up just hot gluing them. Then I took the hanger that was already on there and just put it back on, and the little metal heart that was on the big mason jar originally, and I just glued that right to the twine. And that's it for this one. Super simple. I did do a little bit of dry brushing on it with the white, just to, oh, that was Nico sneezing, and now he's barking. I'm sorry. Just to kind of give it a rustic look. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of this one. I want to thank Missy and Emily and Tammy for hosting this fabulous playlist every month. I love this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a great big thumbs up for me. It really helps me out. If you're new to my channel, or if you're coming over from the playlist, welcome. I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a brand new video. And share with your family and friends, and I will see you next time.